So I see we have a lot of generations here tonight, which I love because I love seeing different age groups. What's interesting now is that the generations are kind of fighting amongst themselves. Like the boomers are upset with the millennials, and the millennials are mad at Gen Z. So sometimes it's confusing as to, first of all, which group we're in and who we're supposed to be mad at. So I'm going to help y'all. Our oldest generation right now is called the silent generation. These people were born between the 1920s and 1940s. They're called the silent generation because when they were kids, they were to be seen and not heard. These are my in-laws. They're in their 90s. These are the people that still cook with lard and are afraid of microwave ovens. My in-laws have been married for 65 years. 65 years, it's great. And apparently, if you've been married that long, you no longer have the ability to hear the sound of the other person's voice. Because I go to their house, they both talk to me at the exact same time, two completely separate conversations. And I don't want to be rude, they're my in-laws, they're sweet people, so I try to go back and forth through both conversations, which is like having a conversation with somebody with a wandering eye. You don't know. You don't know which one to get in, right? You don't know which is the right one. So I usually go with my father-in-law because his stories are better. He likes, they really are. He likes to talk about the war against the squirrels in your backyard. He's fighting a war. He's spent $1,000 to save maybe $3 worth of bird food, I swear. He's got aluminum sheeting up all over the trees, and he has electrified their bird feeders. It's awesome. So what happens is the little squirrel comes along and he's just trying to get lunch, and it will spin and electrify it and zing it off. And my father-in-law sits there all day with his binoculars. Look, here he comes, here he comes. Here he comes. Woo, there he goes. Woo! And he's the happiest man on the face of the earth. And that's why they've been married for 65 years. The next generation after the silent generation are the baby boomers, and the baby boomers were born between the 1940s and mid-60s. This is my mom's generation. These are the people that perfected smoking. They smoked at home, they smoked at work, they smoked in church, they smoked in restaurants between bites of food. There were ashtrays on the tables at McDonald's. They smoked in the car with their children with the windows rolled up very tightly. But we're all still here. Now, for some reason, the boomers are upset and mad at the millennials. And to be fair, everybody's mad at the millennials. And I think it's because they invented avocado toast. And the word artisanal. And they're putting pumpkin spice in way too many beverages that should not have pumpkin spice in it, right? And it's not their fault. Millennials, it's not your fault that you're big goobers. It's not your fault. It's not. It's because your Star Wars had Jar Jar Binks in it. It's not your fault. Matter because the millennials are all getting married and having babies now, and their lives are over, so it doesn't even matter at all. So matter because the millennials are all getting married and having babies now, and their lives are over, so it doesn't even matter at all. So after the millennials come Gen Z. Gen Z was born between 1995 and 2015. Gen Z, these are my kids. Good luck, America. Gen Z doesn't know how to write a check. They don't know how to address an envelope. They don't know how to read cursive. They don't know how to read a paper map. They can't get anywhere unless there's a GPS map on their phone. All I'm saying is if Gen Z takes over the world, it's going to be pretty easy to get it back. We're just going to write our battle plans in cursive on a piece of paper. And then mail it to ourselves in envelopes. Did I forget anybody? Did I forget any generations? Thank you, Gen X. Awesome. See, I didn't forget Gen X. I was born the first year of Gen X, like you, and I am so glad you're here. See, here's who forgot Gen X last year. CBS News forgot Gen X, a whole generation of people. They did silent generation, boomers, and they went down to millennials and post. They forgot 65 million of us. But here's all you need to know about Gen X. We don't care. We don't care. We raised ourselves. We don't care. As a matter of fact, we kind of like it. We kind of like it that you left us off your little list, CBS News. We're like the secret dive bar that only the locals know about. We don't have to advertise, and we're never going out of business. Generation X, we are the latchkey kids that were raised by the boomer parents. We sat in the way back seat of our mom's station wagon, rear facing at the people behind us. Just waving, just waving. Nobody wore a seatbelt, not even in the front seat. If your mom's arm wasn't strong enough, you deserved to go through the windshield. We're all still here. We're never going out of business. We didn't have helicopter parents, and in fact, we had the opposite of helicopter parents. We had Home Depot parents, where it looks like there should be someone in the store there that could help you. But there's not. No one's coming. You're on your own. This is Home Depot. Do you need a skill saw? Well, there's only one left in the entire store, and it's way on a shelf way up there. Just grab yourself a ladder, my friend, and start climbing. And don't pull it over on yourself and cut your arm off, because they're not going to take you to the hospital. In fact, it's going to be your fault that you got hurt. Here's what you get. Suck it up, blow on it, rub some dirt on it, walk it off, quit your crying. Welcome to Home Depot. Nobody cared that we were bored. Nobody cared what our grades were. Nobody cared that we were eating lunch out of a lunchbox that was filled with rust. You had a rusty lunchbox, didn't you? Nobody cared that we were getting pummeled in the face with real red rubber dodgeballs. Not the little foamy baby kind. The real red ones that left a crosshatch print. It left a print in your head until the next day. Just boom. Nobody cared. Nobody came to our athletic practices. Nobody brought sliced oranges.